Hello guys, welcome back. So let's get started with our demo project. So the first thing what we're going to do is we're going to add few fields onto our account object. Okay, so the field that I'm going to add is the number one field is health score. It is a number field and precision is 3, decimal points is 0, and the label for that field is health score. Second field that I'm going to create, it's a formula field, and the return type is going to be text, and the label is revenue tier. And what is the formula? Basically, if the annual revenue is greater than this amount, then we will call the revenue tier would be gold. If the annual revenue is greater than this amount, then it will be called silver, and rest of them will be called bronze. Okay, so this is the second one field that we are going to create. And the third field that we're going to add on the account object is this create. This name of the field is last 90-day wins. It's a currency field. Precision is 16 and decimal points are 2. The label is going to be called as last 90-day wins. Okay, so this is what these are the fields that I'm going to add onto the account object. So before we get started, let's log into our org and make sure that those field doesn't exist. And this org, if I go over to the account object, so we'll go over to the account. And over here, we will go to the particular object manager and we will look for the first fields here, and it was called last 90. So that field doesn't exist. Similarly, revenue tier, that also doesn't exist. There is a field called annual revenue, but revenue tier doesn't exist. And what was the other one? It was related to health. So that also doesn't exist. Okay. So none of these fields exist. So what we're going to do is we are going to ask Cursor to create these 3 fields for us. So first thing is very simple. I'm going to go ahead and write this command. So in order to save some time, I've already copied the content. All I'm saying is insert 3 new fields on account object. The field API name I'm given, health score, it's a number field, and pretty much whatever was in the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and we will paste it over here, and it will go ahead and create these 3 fields for us. And so you can see here, I'll create these 3 new fields on the account object for you. So first it is creating the health score number field with precision of 3, scale is 0. I'm going to go ahead and accept this change. So what I did was it created under that, it created this meta file field-meta XML. I'm going to go ahead and accept this change also. And then finally this one. So all these 3 field-meta file is available. And then I'm going to go ahead and run it. And it is not only doing that, it has already deployed it. So for you, because I've been using Cursor for quite some time now, it's already has deployed the fields as well to the org. But if in your case, if it hasn't deployed it, all you have to say is deploy these new fields to the org, to the default org. You can say that to the default org, and it will deploy these fields to your orgs. Look at that. You don't have to worry about anything. It took care of it. So this is the field that is deployed, and we will go ahead and see if those fields is available in the org or not. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter here, and we will check the first field, health check here. So yes, that field is available, health score. Second field I'm going to check is the revenue tier field. So let's go to this one, and it's a formula field, and you can see it has updated the exact formula that I wanted it. And then the next one was the last 90 days, right? So that one is also created with, it's a currency field with a decimal of 2 decimal. And then this is your field that has been created and has been deployed. Okay. Now, one drawback that if you open up, the command that we didn't do is if you go to any of these fields, and if we check the field level security, these fields, basically, they have no security, like it's not visible. Okay, so now let's see if you go to any of the account records, and if I try to look up any of these and go under the details, those fields that I've added are not available onto my account object. And one of the reason is, first, we need to give them the access to the system admin. And second of all, we need to add these to the page layout. Okay. We can do it manually, but why to do it manually when we have cursor? So we're going to go ahead and go back to cursor and say, give the access of these new custom fields to the system admin profile. Okay, so let's see what it does. This is the command that I'm giving, give the access of these new custom fields to the system admin profile. So now you can see here, add field permissions for all these, and then deploy profile changes. I'm going to go ahead and run this, and it says failed to retrieve metadata. Okay, now it's trying to figure it out on its own. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run this. Run it. And let's see if it's able to do it. First, it has to retrieve the metadata. Okay, retrieve admin profile XML. Okay, now it is able to see the, if you go under the profiles, you can see the admin meta XML file. And now it is going to give access to of those fields to the system admin profile. So I'm going to go ahead and do keep all changes here. And the deploy is also happening now. Okay, so deploy profile changes to the org. We're going to go ahead and run this command. And now the SF deploy metadata is happening. And it is, let's see what the result is. Perfect. I've successfully granted access to the 3 new custom fields for the system admin profile. Okay, so read and edit revenue tier. And then this is your, this is an auto-calculated field. So now if I go here, and let's see, now you have to also remember cursor is not something that's a tool that has been there for quite some time. It's just been a year or two. I believe last year it was, I believe it was created not in a year ago. So there, it's still updates happening. You might find flaws. You just have to work around them. And it might take a couple of tries for you to figure it out. Things that might, the results that I'm seeing, you might not be seeing the exact results. And depends on if you are on the free version, it depends on the model you are using. It depends on a lot of these factors. So now if I go here and if I go to the object manager, go under the account object, go to fields and relationship. And then here I'm going to look for last 90-day wins. And let's see what is the field level security. It was completely blank for every field. And now you can see for system admin, it has visible access. So that is good. Now let's look for the other field, which is the revenue tier. So we'll go here and we will see if this has the field level security. And you can see here it has read access and visible over here. Similarly, we will go ahead and go over to the fields, and then we will check for the health field, which is the health score, and look at the field level security. And it also deployed the system admin system admin. This is the one it has deployed it to the system admin profile. Okay, so the deployment has been fine. Now let's go to the account object and see if these fields reflect on the page layout. Okay, so let's look for health score. Nope, it's not there. Then the other one I need to look at is last 90 days. That is also not there. So now what we need to do is we need to ask cursor to update the page layout and add these fields under which section. More descriptive you're going to give, the more information you're going to give. Your prompt should have information. So you'll say onto the account layout, add these fields under the which section you want to add it, under the additional information section, or you want to add it under the account information section. So let's say we ask it to put it under account information. Okay, so we'll go back to the cursor and say, please add these new custom fields onto the account layout under the, what was the section name? Account information section, under the account information section. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do this, and we're going to enter it. First, it has to retrieve the page layout, okay, and retrieve the account layout metadata from the org, and then add these to the account information section and deploy the updated layout to the org. So this is what it has to do. So I'm going to run this command. So it's so easy. it would have taken you at least a couple hours to go back and forth, check in your code, at least 1 hour, right? To creating these fields, all of that. And it did for you. And here, adding this under the information section, now I'll add these 3 custom fields, and it is telling you what it is doing at the moment, okay? So we are going to go ahead and accept this change and deploy the updated layout to the org. So if you go here to the layouts, you're going to see account layout has been retrieved. And if you want to review it, you can review this particular one. And we're going to go ahead and run this, and it will deploy these changes. So here you will see health score has been added. Similarly, the last 90 day has been added. And then the next one is the revenue tier has been added. Okay, so all these 3 fields have been added to the account layout. And if I go here right now, let's go back and refresh it and see if the changes are available or not. Under the section, I still don't see it. So sometimes page layout changes do take a little bit of back and forth in order for them to be reflected. So here I'm going to inspect it, and I'm going to empty cache and hard reload and go to the detailed and see if those have been added. So far, nothing. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the setup, and I'll go under the sharing settings, and there is a, session settings, not the sharing settings, session settings. And over here, I'm going to, let's see, what do I need to do? This one, enable secure and persistent browser caching to improve performance. I'm going to go ahead and disable this one, and then we will hit save. Okay. And then let's go ahead and log out. Let me log out from the org, and let's log back in. Okay. So the changes that you made on the page layout can take few minutes to be reflected. You have to do a couple of back and forth, and let's see if they have been deployed. So first we'll go to the account, and we will open up an existing account record. So let's say we open this, we go to the details, and you see here the fields have been added. Health score has been added, revenue tier has been added, as well as last 90 day wins have been added. Okay. So now if I change the annual revenue amount, and if I put it something like this, you will see the revenue tier will get updated, and you can see it has been updated. So the formula field is working as expected. You were able to deploy the permissions. You were also able to add them to the page layout. So the first part of our demo project is ready to go. Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying these tutorials. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.